This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Nashay Taylor. Barriers and fencing around the nation's capital may not be coming down anytime soon as the nation grapples with yet another deadly attack on the grounds of the People's House. On Friday, 18-year veteran Capitol Hill police officer William Billy Evans was killed when a man rammed his car into the barrier on the Senate side of the Capitol Hill. The driver, identified as 25-year-old Noah Green, was shot and killed by officers after he got out of his car and lunged at police with a knife. Police say Green slipped through a gate that had opened to allow traffic in and out of the Capitol and rammed a barrier that had protected the building since January 6. Lawmakers had been considering returning to a more normal security posture following the military-grade escalation. So far, there is no evidence that Green's actions were related to the insurrection, but it is believed that Green was suffering from a mental illness. Meanwhile, the U.S. flag is flying at half-staff over at the White House following the attack at the Capitol. President Joe Biden ordered U.S. flags at all federal buildings be flown at half-staff through April 6 in honor of Capitol officer William Billy Evans, who was killed in that attack. And 7 people were shot overnight in North Carolina. Authorities say the shootings took place at a house party around midnight. 3 were killed and another 4 were wounded. The conditions of the wounded victims are not clear and the names of the deceased have yet to be released. Pending the notification of kin, officials say they are still working to determine a motive and a suspect in the shooting. Now back here locally, 3 people are lucky to be alive after their canoe capsized on Lake Marquette near Bemidji on Friday afternoon. After flipping over into water, the 3 individuals were able to swim to shore. Authorities say all 3 were wearing life jackets at the time, and they were all taken to Sanford Emergency Department and was treated for hypothermia. Tonight, the Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office is searching for a man who failed to return to the county detention center after being released on a court order to attend a funeral on Friday. The man on your screen is Jesse James Bommersbach. He was being held for a parole violation for 3rd-degree assault. If you know his whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Otter Tail Sheriff County's office on the number on your screen.
I want to be part of this community, and right now I'm feeling a little let down by it because someone took advantage of a really hard time already.
A Fargo man and his family are starting over after a fire destroyed their home late last year. They were able to save a few things, but as they sifted through what was left, they noticed some items were missing. As Valley News team's Courtney Lockie found out, there's one in particular tugging at his heartstrings.
The view from Steve Erickson's balcony reminds him of the day life turned upside down.
We just stood outside and watched, took the whole roof, and once it hit that, it went up like a match.
With nowhere to go after a November porch fire, he and his family moved to a unit across the way.
But I'm a responsible, honest, hardworking person, and I take care of my things and I take care of my family. And when you lose everything.
After seeing neighbors going in and out of the complex, he decided to see if there was anything he could save. It was then he noticed his wife's purse and a few other miscellaneous items were gone. One in particular is still tugging at his heartstrings.
I could see the outline where it was against on the wall, and someone just walked in and just took it. My guitar was one of the big ones for me. Treble clef for wedding band. And when you try to rebuild your life and you're missing a piece of you that you've carried your whole life, you know, it was something that I worked on, I'd customized, and really meant something to me.
Erickson's been playing guitar since he was 8. He says he'd recently traded a guitar he got from Mom and one from Dad to get his first 7-string.
If anybody has my guitar out there, no questions asked, I just want it back.
Although he's grateful his family is safe and settled in a new place, life won't go back to normal until he's able to play again. Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Erickson says they had to cancel his wife's credit card after the purse was stolen. They've also reached out to police and social media in hopes of tracking down the guitar. Card collecting has become a booming business in the U.S. as some rare cards garner millions of dollars. Here in Fargo, the card collecting community met up to show off their favorite cards. Some of these showcases attract people who have been doing it since they were kids, while others have just started their journey. From baseball to Pokemon cards, there is something for every generation. Owner of Cards and Coins, Mark Weston, says the community continues to grow and that his customers mean a lot to him.
I've gotten to know so many of these people, and I'm terrible with names, but they, just there's a relationship there. So my customers, I mean, it's probably surprised me more than anything else, just how much they do mean to you and those relationships. It's been fun.
On Friday, Tom Brady autographed rookie cards sold for $2.5 million, breaking the previous record of $1.32 million that was set in March for the same type of card. Today, the North Dakota Department of Health reported 120 positive cases of COVID-19 and no deaths. The positivity rate is 7%, with 26 people currently hospitalized. Cass County reported the most with 44 cases, followed by Grand Forks County with 20. And a major milestone in the fight against COVID-19, the federal government reported yesterday more than 100 million people have gotten at least one dose of vaccine. That's nearly 1/3 of the nation. About 58 million people are fully vaccinated, according to the new data released by the CDC. The majority of the people who have gotten one shot are over the age of 65. And later on Valley News Live at 6. Will we need a COVID-19 booster shot in the future? We'll tell you what a drug company believes. Stick around.
And it is Easter weekend. It's been a beautiful one so far, maybe a little breezy for our eastern North Dakota counties, but for our day tomorrow, looking at some increasing clouds, high near 71 here in the Fargo area. We'll have that hour by hour planner for your Easter Sunday coming up right after the break.